Match point again for Blade, but he does actually strike back very well. Blade now sitting at 2-1 in this best of 5. If Blade brings this back in this game, we're going to a game 5, and then that game will determine who goes, well, who wins, right? If Alicia wins this one, it'll be another best of 5 reset. If Blade wins, it's it. He could take some $100 here of the Mercenaries Thunderdome first Command & Conquer tournament. But it's been neck and neck, actually, quite a bit. Quite a few different strategies. We've seen decks of all kinds from all of the top 100 here. But when it comes down to it, it's still Blade and Alicia, and Blade is going to be sticking with Kayn. He's going to be sticking with Kayn. That's interesting. Oh, okay, apparently. All right, there we go. Blade with Kayn is not an Oksana buff. So again, I have to wonder if the results from the previous matches with Oksana buffs and the damage vulnerability, is that too much for him to bear right now? So with Kayn, we could see an Obelisk. An Obelisk of Light. That's a big thing for him. And Alicia is still primarily vehicle-based. So the Obelisk of Light, if it does actually come out, and I'm not convinced it is because it's, what, 140 Tiberium to deploy one of those? Like, it is not cheap to get an Obelisk out. But if we do get one, this is a great map for it. You put it right down in the middle, it shoots everything coming out of the choke point here from AliciaDestiny, and that could be a pretty big game changer if we can keep the pressure off and Blade is not looking down the barrel of the first missile. Speaking of, we've had some of the, the back and forth happening. First missile now almost going critical. Trying to get on top of pads. Blade does not have access to that bottom right at all. And that Venom just kind of does a U-turn, says, all right, I'm not going to have it happen either. So he's going to try to get what damage he can on top of that top shock. And now Alicia is, again, trying to put attention on Blade's Harvester. Keep him bottled up in this top area. This is a pretty bad situation for Blade overall. Again, if he wants to have an Obelisk out, it's expensive. He needs units on the field to counter the continuous pressure from Alicia. And if he can't do that, he will lose pads, and since he is down already a nuke, that's game. Right? We go into a second best of 5, and the series continues. Banshees, not really finding the mark up against the Pitbulls. The Venoms now coming out will still find some pretty significant success up against those Shocks. But the Scorpion from Blade doesn't actually take down the Pitbulls. So triple Pitbulls out from Alicia. Really trying to bully Blade here with multiple shots as they micro back and forth. The Raider units is the bread and butter of a lot of decks here. And we're still actually hammering on top of that Harvester. Blade is going to lose it. There's no way about that one. And the missile's been charging this whole time because Blade has not been contesting it. This is a blue pad bottom right that needs to get countered, and the only thing that Blade can do is throw a Venom at it. Alicia is going to use the Harvester in the top right to keep everything kind of even. We now have a bottom right blue, and I don't think Blade's going to chew through those dogs in time. Ladies and gentlemen, AliciaDestiny has done it. We are now 1-1 in the best of 3 series, and we're going into another best of 5.